All right. This message is for J4K. This message is about a new strategy. Now, before you click off, the strategy I'm thinking of is absolutely free. It's not going to cost you anything. It's not going to cost me anything. You don't need to call Rosemont. You don't need to contact the police. You don't need to interfere with the case. You don't need to interfere with the family. You don't need to protest. You don't need to go to jail. You don't need to do any of that. There's no harassment involved. We're not accusing anybody or putting pressure on any particular suspect or anything like that. You can spend as much time as you want on this or as little time as you want on this. Nobody checks in with nobody. There is no group. Okay? So we're all doing this as individuals, right? So this is something that every single person can do. It's very easy. All right. Now, why we're going to do this strategy, and there's many strategies we can use. We can throw a lot of stones at one time. We don't have to just do one thing, you know? But why I chose this strategy to start off with is because people are starting to sign off. So I've seen videos where people saying like their final thoughts, making videos about the reasons why they don't want to continue making videos about Kenneka. I've seen videos where people said it's solved, it's over, I'm done. So we definitely need to pull a whole new string of people in. The first line turned out to be fraudulent. Let's just keep it real. I mean, it started with Andrew Holmes, the civil rights leader that was supposed to be helping, and got everybody confused, told everybody it was an accident. He's seen it with his own two eyes. A lot of people posted that and reposted it, and many people still think that it's an accident and it's over. They have no idea that this is still happening and that people are still seeking justice for Kenneka. So we have to make the public aware. And we also have to recruit, I don't want to say better people, but people with more power. So we need to recruit law students, real lawyers, you know, people with, you know, public positions. You know, we need to get the attention of, you know, maybe even a Congress member or, you know, the Chicago Attorney General's leaving, so they're going to need to reelect somebody, so we need to get their attention. So we need to not only make the public aware of what's going on, but we need to recruit people into this fight, because clearly we can't do it by ourselves. You know, it's not working. So, all right, what's the strategy? Okay, so there are at least, I counted about 83 media sites that reported on Kenneka Jenkins. I've got all the links here. I'm going to put it in the description box. You can just start clicking away and get to work, or you can copy and paste to a document and go systematically. You can make your own system. Do what you want to do with this. Even if you just click on these articles and read it, you know, just do what you want to do with this list. But I've compiled a list of media outlets that have reported on Kenneka Jenkins in the past. And what our strategy is going to be is we're going to go click into these media articles. We're going to log in. You can log in on some of these sites as a guest, or you can remain anonymous, or you can make your profile and log in as a real person, however you want to do this. We're going to log in and we're going to comment. And we're going to ask them to, one, do a follow-up article. We can ask them to call Rosemont and see if there's any new information. We can ask them to write about the FBI's decision to not get involved in this case, we can ask them to use their own resources to actually investigate this. And you're going to see there's some big names here. They have the money, okay? We can ask them to do interviews of more people that were at the party. We can ask them to conduct lie detector tests. There's Nancy Grace and Dr. Oz. We can put more pressure on them and ask them to follow through with what they have started, right? So on the list is like ABC7 Chicago, Heavy.com, Hip Hop Wired, News OK, News One, Ricky Smiley Online, Rolling Out, Sandra Rose, Think Progress, BBC, BET, CBS News, Chicago Tribune, CNN, Cosmopolitan, crimeonline.com, essence.com, jetmagazine.com, msn.com. I'm just reading just a few of them. Newsweek.com, salon.com, oxygen.com, theroot.com, tmz.com. That's a big one. Vibe.com, and then Dr. Rouse. So I put them all here. I'm hoping that we can get more media attention for Kenneka Jenkins, which will, influence the public and hopefully get them to search around and get them to jump on board. And the more and more people we have, the more likely that we can draw somebody who's, in a position of power that can really come through and help us. So that's my strategy. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think you may want to try it. If you have a strategy, if you've done a video, put it in the comments. Let's all figure this out. What we can't do is we can't allow, because I know what type of pressure you guys are under, because I'm under it too. Like, there's so many people that have told me, people that care about me and love me, I know they're not doing this to be shady. Like, they're saying, this is not a good use of your time. They're saying, what is this going to do? They're saying, well, her mom says she's good, she's fine. Like all these different types of things, but like if you rode this first wave and you're still here, like, what's going on. This is serious. And we have to figure this out. What we cannot do is allow the people that we pay our good tax dollars to play us like this. This is unacceptable. It's we can't bring Kenneka back, but it's also a matter of like self-respect for yourself, for your own children, for like just being a human. Like you just, there's a reason why we know about these things, and I just want you to think of this as like a church where you can't just sit around talking to the other people that are in your church. Like at some point you have to go out in the world and try to recruit people and bring them back, I also thought about like a bank analogy. Like say you go to a bank and you ask them for a loan and they discriminate against you and say, no, we're not giving you a loan, get up out of here. So when you leave, you're not going to go and get your neighbor and get your best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to come back with a lawyer. Like, y'all discriminated against me. Here I am with my lawyer, Now, if they say, we don't care about you and your little lawyer, you can get out of here. We're not giving you the loan, right? All right. So you leave again and you come back and say, all right, now I got my lawyer, I got the news, and I've contacted the head of the bank, FCC, whatever. They're going to come and, support me, advocate for me. And the bank says, yeah, no, I'm not giving you that money. You know what I'm saying? So you come back with even more people. Now you got the lawyer, the head of this, the head of that, and you got some of their customers. At some point, like at that point, they're going to be like, look, let's deal with this person because I don't know what they're going to come back with. So that's how we have to treat this case. I mean, they came at us with some bullshit. We came back at them with all kinds of numbers, all kinds of videos, all kinds of screenshots, etc., etc., etc. And they're still saying, we don't want to hear that. The case is closed. We're not talking to you, right? So we have to come back with some media attention. We have to get some reports made about the Rosemont Public Safety Department. We have to get some reports made about the Chicago FBI. We have to get some reports made about the lack of follow-through in their investigation. We have to get some reports made about the faulty evidence, the video cameras that weren't working, all of that kind of stuff. And if that doesn't work, we'll figure it out. We'll come back with some more people. This little village is not that big. It's one big, powerful family. One big, powerful family. They can be taken down. It's not like unheard of. Now, what we know is that there's people on the inside that don't agree with what's going on. We've seen that with the cop when he filed a lawsuit against the department because he didn't want to be a part of them covering up investigations. So if we put enough pressure, we put enough media attention, we don't know what's going to happen. Somebody from the inside could finally bust and say, let me just tell everything that I know. You know, but what we can't do is stop putting our energy towards this. And we can't allow this list that I'm about to share stop putting their energy towards this. Because they have way too much money. They have a whole staff. So I don't think it's too much to ask. I think it's a great idea. That's why I'm sharing it with you. I hope you can do it. And you never know, like, some of these websites, it may not take much. They may like you. They may like the way you ask them, and they may just do it. The editor from the old article may be like, you're right. I've been meaning to follow up. Let me write that article. It may be for some of these people seeing every single day there's a new comment about writing a new article about Kenneka, and they finally say, oh gosh. So we don't know what's going to happen, you know, but we know that energy is never lost. You know, our good energy, if we put it towards this strategy, it's going to do something. We won't be looking at articles from September and October of last year. We need fresh content. We need new evidence. We need more interviews. We need more statements from the village of Rosemont as to what's going on. What we can't do is allow this to be quiet. I mean, we're making noise on social media, but we have to make noise all over this internet. Because that's how they run shit. They're gonna look at the numbers, who's searching for this, how many, they probably have a map, and they could see how many people is searching for justice for Kenneka in America and Brazil versus the UK versus wherever. And what we want to do is we want them, whoever's checking that map, we want them to open that map one day and be like, this map is red. Like the whole world, like this shit is red. Like we got to figure this out, you know? So, that's my strategy. Let me know what you think. And even if you don't let me know what you think, just do a few. Just click, do maybe 1 or 2 tonight. See how you feel about it. And, you know, we'll go from there. All right. I love you guys. You have a good night. Bye-bye.